Welcome to another One Up Morning Run. We're going to do Puzzle 807. That's a free pack, either Android or iOS. Get it in 39 more puzzles today. It is free. Let's get started. I've had a couple false starts this morning, and I'm under caffeinated, so forgive me as we go. I'll put a time down here right now. That's where you can go to in the video to get started, listening to the play-by-play, skipping the assessment. Just to start out, this is a segment-based solve, not a Sudoku-based solve. I can go into that at length, and I'm not going to do that here and now, maybe at the end. But I will say that Sudoku don't even require numbers. You could use Pokemon and consequently, or as well, you're rewarded for chasing down every digit you know. It's not so in One Up. It confuses the solve. It leads to you forgetting where you are. It requires more notes. Lots of making it harder on yourself. So let's get started. I divide the puzzle into quarters, decide which is most active, head that way, with the eye going towards the least active last. Yeah. The quarters are about equally active. You also pick up motifs though. And with these 4s and 3s, you already know what's going on here. There's sweeping digits. 3 sweep left, and then you reverse them. They give you another 3 up there, right? 4s do the same thing. One way. If you see it like this, so telegraphed, it's going to be part of the puzzle. There's going to be more than these. You'll see. Next, I look at, this still doesn't tell me where to start, so look at the avenues. We have 4 avenues. These are unbroken lines, meaning we have 4 8s. We also have a single 1 7 avenue, which means we have 5 7s because we've added one. We have 6 6s, by the way, and we have 7 5s because there's one each of those, and so you add to each preceding. Fun. All right, so we know those. And last thing to talk about baselines. Baselines are segments in One Up where if you put down one number, that limits the line such that it resolves completely based entirely on what the cross segments are doing. And if it's just cross segment length, you're counting. If it includes exclusions, like there's a 5 and 6, and it could be 5 or 6, but there's a 5 on a cross, then you can work it out that way. All right, I told everyone 2:30, and we're about there. Let's get started. I'm going to start with the sweeping 3s. They sweep over here, and we're going to pick this up as we go, but we're going to remember that there's a second 3. And remember the 4s. We're going to pick this up as we go. And now we're to the solve. We're going to solve this segment that we just hit, and it does. It resolves completely. As soon as you put this 1 down here, though, you've set off a baseline. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are gone, and you have a 5 segment. So place it. Oh, and there's a 6. And there's a 7. And there's an 8. That could have been that we worked the other way, but I mean, usually up, down to up is possible or probable. Let's see. Going across, because it's where we ended up, I don't see a lot new that I can do, just to be honest. I'd rather go back up this column, because we can talk more about how One Up works. This needs a 1, 5, 6, 7. And it sees a 5 and a 7, but it doesn't see the 1. It's behind the barrier. So this could be a 1 or a 6. But these 2 digits, neither one can be a 5. 5 has to be down here. If we can put a 5 in either of these cross rows, then we'll be able to resolve that more. So this one catches my eye, and that's all there is to it. That's a 1 and a 5, and then we need a 5 or a 5 there. Surely there's something that should be done. The issue, though, of course, is that can't be a 1. You don't resolve squares that way. Squares are resolved in 2 dimensions. So 5, can't be a 5, can't be a 5, can't be a 5, can't be a 5. That square can never be a 1 because we had to have a 5 there. All right, so we did that 5 to do this 5. And now we've got those 5s, and we've done this 5, and this 5 sort of points there. We've done all these 5 sweeping this way. So we'll sweep back the other way and find this, our last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5s. As predicted, or projected, doesn't really matter. And it's done. We're doing a general left-right or right-left movement. But still, we place a 5 here. Look at the column or the row until you find something that works. Something should work. If not, backtrack. Or continue on 5s, but we did 5s. In this case, this has to be a 4. Not only does that have to be a 4, but if you sweep up afterwards, you know this has to be a 4. Now, there's lots of ways to do what happens next. But the easiest is you're here, you're doing 4s, so do them top down. Because sweeping won't work anymore because you came to the end. So top down, no more 4s. This has to have a 4. It has to be there. So that's useful. There is another way to do that. And so I'm going to do that just to show you the other way because we're here. The other way is to continue on in the left-right way we were doing. And so this is the next 4 you should do. You get this one or this one, right? And then here is this one or this one. But then here is this one or this one. And these two, well, 4s, if you get a 4 like this and like this, it doesn't just work vertically, it converts and it works horizontally, right? So this can no longer be a 4, which means that has to be a 4. Either way, you get that's a 4. Probably not how you want me to spend my time right now, but there you go. Let's see where we're at. This needs a, well, actually, let's look at the, let's look at this. This row needs a 7 and an 8, and they're going to be pretty limited, like very limited. The 7 can only go there, right? Well, I mean, rather the 8 can only go there, and the 7 can only go there. A way to see this that may be easier for people is to pigeonhole the line. This can be 1, 2, 3. This can be 1, 2, 3. This can be 2, 3. So this is 7 and 8. This can't be 8 because of the line length. So 7 and 8. All right, let's turn and pick up our space here. That's a 102. That's a 102. And that leaves us 6 or 7, which could go in either one of these squares. Not useful. Let's turn and pivot. And I actually want to pivot on this one because it crosses one we've already done, and we worked with it a lot. Let's see. The first thing to notice is that 8 can only be in one place. All right, so we're left with 1, 6, and 7, right? But this can't be a 7, that can be a 7. So that's going to be that. So we got something. Let's see, 2, 3, or sorry, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So that has to be a 6. You get that as well. I don't know if that helps us, but it's there. Technically, we should turn. So that's a 1, 2. 1, 2, 4, rather. That's a 1, 2. That's a 1, 2, 4. We're left with 7 and 8. Well, there's a 7. And there's an 8. How many 8s do we have? All 4 8s. How many 7s do we have? 1, 2, 3. Need one more. Bet you it's there. All right, 8s and 7s are done. This needs a 1. I'm sorry. This needs a 2, a 4, and a 6. And that can't be a 6. And that can't be a 6, so that's a 6. And 2 and 4, that can't be that, so that's our 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's a 4. All right, so this needs 1, 2, 3. Well, that's a 1. And that makes this, what, a 6? Makes this a 1. Makes this a 2. Makes this a 1. Oh. So he needs a 2 and a 3. Well, there's a 3. There's a 2. He needed the 2. Oh, he did not need 2. He needed a 3. What did he need? 3 and 6. Well, he can't fit a 6 there. 6. He needs 1, 2, 3. 1 has to be there. Can't do any more. He needs a 1. He needs a 2. Well, then this is a 3. This is a 2. This is a 3. This is a 2. And this is a 1. This is a 3. This is a 1. And a 2. And a 1. And a 2. And a 1. And a 2. Not a bad solve considering the talking and the preamble. Hopefully this helps you all. You got to look for themes. You got to reverse your sweeps. It's good to know how many digits you're looking for sometimes. That's more important on open puzzles. The more the segments are, the quicker it's to solve and the fewer high digits there are. So there you go. That's all I really had to say about it. I had to do a couple of false starts. I hope you all have a great day. I know this was long. I put effort in. You put effort in. Do a like. Do a subscribe. Make it all worth it. I will talk to you later. Bye.